When we first met, 90% of my clients were not able to reach their goals for the year. So in today's video, I just want to show you what was the specific mistake they were all making and how did I help them to get there. So let's get into it. To give you some context, most of them were solo business owners who were wearing way too many hats at the same time, and they always had many different things to keep track of. So it was hard for them to be able to run their business in peace and make sure that they had everything under control and they were not forgetting any of the different things they were doing. Then on the other hand, there were also a few founders who were on the next stage, which means their business was already growing super fast and they were mostly struggling to make sure they were building a correct team and making sure that the team was aligned, which means having all the SOPs, all the correct onboardings, and make sure that everything was organized. Because if not, everything was as fast as it was growing, it was really drowning chaos, and that was taking all the CEO's time and effort and life. And even though they were both setting goals already, so the solo business owner was like, okay, for the next months or the next quarter, I really want to reach 5 to 10 months. I want to work with 2 clients every month and then have the rest of passive income from my digital products or my courses. And then the founder was like, all right, we want to sign this amount of projects and grow a team up to 10 or 15 people. Even though they had a clear direction in which they were going, there was no way for them to understand if they were actually moving forward or if they were achieving anything important at all. And that led them feeling super overwhelmed and at the same time feeling so frustrated because it's we're working, we're doing so much work, we're putting all our effort into it, but we keep feeling stuck. There's no way to see if we're doing any progress at all. So here's the key ingredient that they were missing. They were already setting goals, but they were lacking a system. Because as our dearest James Clear says in Atomic Habits, goals are about the results you want to achieve, but systems are about the process that leads to those results. So the only way to actually achieve your goals is to stay consistent and make sure that you track every single step in the process. So once you've set the main goals that you want to achieve, let's say until the very end of the year, then you need to build yourself, even if it's the simplest and most easy to use system that's gonna help you. Number one, plan ahead. So from now on, what are the next steps that we need to do in order to achieve one of those goals, for example? Then it's going to help you stay consistent because once you see the plan in front of yourself, it's way much easier to be okay, every single day we're doing the steps we need to do. And then number 3, this is going to help us see everything that needs to be done and make sure that we have everything under control. Because whenever we're building and doing something for our business, we already know how many different areas we need to touch. We need to do client work, maybe build a product, then we need to do social media, then we need to do finances and admin stuff. There's so many areas we need to cover. So if we can bring all these areas and just have them all together with this big picture, it's way much easier to see if there's anything that we're missing. Now, I understand that the word system itself can be a bit scary and overwhelming at first, because sometimes it's there's so many tools out there, where do I even start? I'm just a creative, I know nothing about tech. Do not worry, because I'm about to tell you what's my favorite tool to build these systems and what are the main 3 ingredients that any sustainable system should have. Now, if you've seen my previous videos or content or wherever, you already know I'm a huge advocate for Notion, and that's because the best tool out there in order to build those custom systems. And if you've tried already, it can be oh, it's so confusing and super hard to use at first. That's true, and the secret to use it is just to know what you need to do. So let's see them in more detail. Let's see the 3 key steps you need to build your sustainable system. So the very first step is to make sure you have a dedicated space to just store all of your data. And if we see this more closely inside a Notion dashboard or the very first steps of your system already, you're gonna make sure that you save and create a specific area. Mostly we always create it on the left side because it works as a menu for your setup. But just a section in which you're going to store all the databases organized in all the pages where you want to store the information in the same place. So for example, if you're a solo business owner, you want to create in here the mother databases to manage your tasks, projects, clients, your meeting notes, everything for your content or resources or finances, just to make sure that the main databases are living in there. So in the future, imagine that you want to check all the projects that you've done over the last year, all of the content that you've done over the last 3 months. It's way much easier to just come in here to check the major databases, organize them, sort them, apply some filters, and make sure that you're checking all of the data at the same time. And this brings us to the second step, which is make sure that you have easy access to your data all of the time. So on the main page, on the main section and the main area, we just want to have easy access to our data. And if you're a solo business owner, you just need to ask you the questions, what information do I want to check on a daily basis, or at the end of the week, or at the end of every month? For example, the most use cases are I want to see the ongoing projects that I have, to see the project, the deadlines, and the clients, and then see what are the tasks that I need to do today, what are the tasks that I need to do this week, and what are the tasks that I need to do this month. So you have this information, this information is brought to you on the first place, and it's way much easier for you to open and track and manage it, and you don't need to go inside each one individual page or database and then go find information in there. So first of all, we create a space to store the information, and second of all, we bring this information up front, so it's easier to work on a day-to-day basis. And this is related to the third step, which is make sure you build a system that's, number one, based on your specific needs, but number two, something that can change and adapt as you grow and your business grows as well. So to build your system, you just need to ask, okay, inside my business, what are the different things I need to take care of? I want to manage my tasks, my clients, my projects, my meeting notes, and my finances, for example. All right, let's define this list. Let's create a specific section and just make sure that we create one database for each. And then let's make sure that on the front page, we just call those individual databases so we have easy access to them. And that's why every system is really unique, because every system is based on the needs of the specific business and the specific owner. How do we think? So which things do we need to track and manage? So don't feel forced or confused to use something specific in your business just because you've seen someone else use it. First of all, ask yourself, do I really need to add this to my system, or is it going to make it more difficult and complex? Now, this is it for today, but if you have any specific questions on how to build the system, where to get started, or you even want me to take a closer look at the system that you're trying to build by yourself, feel free to leave all the questions in the comments. And if you want a bit more privacy, or you just want me to take a closer look at your specific case, I will also leave all the links in the description below so you can book a call with me and we can meet and we can discuss this in more detail. Thank you so much for making it this far, and I will see you in the next one.